going to try and do now is looking at some of our vocal warm-ups. But what we have to do first of all, we're going into a different part where we're thinking about mapping out our voice and finding it. I know for a lot of people they struggle, especially when they're beginning, to know what do you do when you sing, or like where does your voice sit and stuff. So doing some of these exercises will help us with that. To go back to our piano app, we're going to start with the middle C again on C4. So what I'd like you to do, we're going to do a kind of very gentle slide up the way. If I sing it to E for just now, just so you can hear what I'm doing. So it goes like this. We're going to go from C, which is C4, up to the G above that. So we're going to go E, 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 E. I'll leave it to have a wee try. We started in the middle C, and I appreciate that it's like people are different. It might be a bit low for your voice, might be in the middle, might be a bit high. I want you to, like, when we're going through this exercise, it's all about you stop when you want to stop, and then I'll kind of give you rough advice in our next video about vocal ranges and things like that. But what we need to do first of all is to map out what we think is the notes that are the most comfortable for you to sing. But we have to be specific about what we want, guys. It's not just all of the notes that you can sing. It's the ones that you feel the most comfortable singing. If you feel like you're pushing it, then that's really probably a step beyond. So usually if you think of all the notes that you can physically sing, you probably want to take the last 4 notes off of the very top and of the very bottom, because they're not going to be very comfortable. It's going to be like you're really pushing hard to achieve those notes. So let's start in the middle. I'm going to go up a little bit at a time, but I want to make sure that you feel like you can stop at any time. Stop when you feel like you're pushing up the way. I don't want you to... We have to always look after our voices, everyone. I don't want you to feel like you have to push your voice up, because we'll go back into the middle and then we'll go down the way. So even for the lower voices, don't worry, you'll get your turn. So if we start in the middle, this is what I'd like you to do. I'm going to sing along first of all, and then I'll maybe just kind of play it but sing it very quietly. So this is me kind of like with kind of full voice. I'm going to do a hum. This is the thing about doing hums as well, everyone. Don't mash your lips together like yeah. Press them very, very lightly together. It might be a bit tickly if you're not used to it. It might be a bit buzzy, a bit irritating, but it makes a really good resonant sound. So your hum as in is very, very lightly together. So I'm going to show you what I'd like you to do. So we're going to slide up the way. I was going up quite high there, but that's for some of the soprano voices. So what I'm doing, if you have a piano app, like I said before, we're going from middle C up to the G above that. But then we go up to the next key. We go to C sharp and then to the G sharp. It's always in the same interval, which is the fifth. So then we go up to the next one. So that would be D up to an A, but we're sliding between the notes. And we just keep in that pattern, and then we repeat it as we go up the way. So I'd like you to have a try with me this time. We're doing a hum, sliding up the way, sliding between the notes. So remember C and then the G. Right, ready? Here we go. If you go any higher than that, that's great, but I don't want you to go up too high this time. Okay, so let's go back into the middle. We'll do the same thing, but we're just going to start and go down the way. And the microphone might get in the way, might have to move out the road. So for this one, I start a little bit higher than before. I start on the D above middle C, going up to the A that's above that. So that's a fifth pattern going up the way. So it'd be like the D to the A. And then we go down to the next one, which should be the C sharp and G sharp. Then down from the C to the G. Let's say, sorry, C4, going up to the G above that, and then we continue that pattern going down a way. So for this one, we're started on the D, but we're doing the hum. Remember, sitting very lightly in your lips, going down the way, and just go for as low as you feel like you can, but don't push it. Don't want you to feel like your voice is in your boots and you're straining. And especially if you feel like your head is want to turn in to try it, remember, this is all about kind of as we go along in the course, adopting the techniques that we learned. So remember that the head position has to be the same, doesn't matter what notes that we're singing. So let's go down a bit. Here we go. I get to a certain point where I can't sing anymore because it's a bit too low for me. If you're singing away down there, then you're probably a baritone or a bass. So what I'd like you to do for this action step, everyone, I'm going to make a little recording of this exercise on an MP3. So I'd like you to add that to your collection. So you've got that exercise, just kind of think of it as your very first thing about mapping out your voice. I want you to take a note of what your highest note is and what your lowest note is. And remember, it's not the extremes of your range, it's not your very highest note and your very lowest note. Find out what those notes are, the ones that the highest you can physically do, the lowest you can physically do. But then take maybe 2 or 3 notes off that. Like if you're in high, the highest note, take 2 or 3 off the top. The lowest note, take 2 or 3 off the bottom. And tell me, think about what your range is from there. And then we can go into different voice types.